Hello again everybody, this is Gusto. I have another review today. I'm pretty excited about today's ration. It's one I've been waiting to review for quite a while. It's a very difficult ration to obtain. They're very seldomly available and highly sought after. It's considered to be one of the best military rations available. And that ration is the Italian Armed Forces Combat Food Ration. And this is a Module F, which does contain the Cordial. The Italian Combat Ration comes in 7 different menus or modules labeled A through G, and each module will have a specific color dot associated with the menu. 2 of the 7 Italian rations, modules B and F, contain a cordial or alcoholic beverage in the breakfast portion of the ration. This ration is divided into 3 sections, 3 individual boxes inside this outer pack for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a very large pack. It weighs about 2.3 kilograms, so that's pretty substantial to carry, but it does contain all the food that is needed for one soldier for one day. As you can see on the front, again, Module F, the production information sticker has been partially removed, but I do see an expiration date of 2016, so it's just barely out of date. If you look on the back, it shows the contents in Italian, English, and French. You can pause to read those if you like. If we look at the packaging up close, it's in a very heavy foil outer packaging. Well, let's go ahead and open this up and take a look inside. Kind of peel this away. We can get to the inside boxes. Alright, as you can see, there is a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner box. First things first, let's take a look at the breakfast box. This does show the contents of this box. It contains all of our breakfast items and then some additional items that can be used throughout the rest of the day. On top we have toothbrushes, this paper trash bag, napkin and spoon, the stove, which is a nice heavy-duty stove with legs and adjustable table, so it can fit multiple different sizes of items. Water purification tablets, matches, fuel tablets, instant cappuccino, toothpicks, tea with lemon, 2 apricot fruit spreads, sweet biscuits, salt, sugar, and the highly sought after cordial. This is 3 centiliters of a 40% alcohol beverage. A lot of times you see these when they start to age, these packages become compromised. It looks like there's something on the outside of it, but it's not leaking air. It looks to be intact. One that I saw reviewed recently was by Gundog, and his ruptured, and that was a ton of bad luck for him. But looks like we're in luck this time. So as we can see here, it's a pretty light breakfast, just with some sweet biscuits and some fruit spread, also a couple of drinks consisting of instant cappuccino and instant tea, as well as the cordial. So again, for breakfast, not a whole lot. There is sweet biscuits. We'll take a look at that. So you get 3 of those. Next we have apricot fruit spread. We'll open one of those up. So there you go. There's a nice golden color to that. And the rest of breakfast is beverages. We'll start with the instant cappuccino, and it doesn't show on here how much water this calls for, so we're just going to guess. So there's the powder. And I'm just going to guess on here, I'm going to go to about 150 milliliters, just because I don't want to make it too weak. Next we have instant tea with lemon. There you go. And lastly we have the cordial. There you go. Again, 3 centiliters, 40% alcohol by volume. Carefully put this into this glass here. Alright, so if we take a look at that, it's a nice amber colored liquor. Kind of smells like brandy. That's probably the closest that I can figure. Alright, so let's get started on breakfast. Again, sweet biscuits and jam is really about all that comes with the breakfast. And then drinks. As you can see, they're kind of cookie-like, very light, airy, pretty thick, very tough. There you go. Try that by itself first. So by itself, the sweet biscuit has a very crunchy texture. The flavor is very, very light and is very, very lightly sweetened, almost as an aftertaste. It's a very pleasant biscuit to eat. Seems like it would complement very, very well with the apricot spread. Let's try that. So there you go. Nice golden color to that. Spread that out a little bit. Doesn't really want to spread well. There we go. There you go. And that's absolutely fantastic. As with a lot of the European fruit spreads that I've tasted, it is not overly sweetened. There's a very strong, natural fruit flavor to it. It's very delicious. Very, very well done. Have a little bit more of that. Once again, there you go. Absolutely delightful. And if anything, the jam brings out kind of the sweetness of the biscuit that you really don't taste as much on its own. That's a great combination. Now we'll move on to the cappuccino. There you go. Yep, very good. The coffee in that is excellent. It's a nice bold espresso flavor. It's not sweetened at all, which is great, and very, very good creamy flavor to it. Next we have the instant tea with lemon. That's really good. The lemon in that is the strongest flavor. You can't really pick up the tea as much, but it's not an overly sweet lemon flavor. It's not artificial. It really has kind of a natural, a little on the sour side lemon flavor to it. It's very pleasant. I like that a lot. And last but certainly not least is the Cordial. Again, nice clear amber colored liquor there. Smells most like brandy to me, and that is very nice. Again, it tastes most like brandy to me. That's the only thing that I've tasted that is similar. It has a little bit of fruitiness to it. It may be grappa. I've read that in places. Again, that's a similar spirit. As a spirit, it's quite smooth. It's not sweet at all. Again, just a hint of fruitiness to it. It really warms you up from the inside. Very nice. Great experience. So that was the breakfast portion of this 24-hour ration. Let's move on to lunch. Take a look inside the lunch portion of this. Here you can see its listed contents. More plasticware. Soup, minestrone. Multivitamin tablets. Instant coffee. Bran tablets. Sugar. Crackers. There's 2 of those. Fruit cocktail. And beef in gelatin. So first things first, we need to get the soup heated up on the stove. So for the soup, we'll use my favorite bumblebee bowl. Soup is nice and hot. It's a little bit windy outside, so it took all of 3 Esbit tabs to heat this through. Next we have the beef in gelatin. There you go on the packaging. And it looks about the same as it did on the packaging. It's pretty interesting. Oh yeah. Next we have fruit cocktail. Looks like pears and peaches. Now, I don't have a segment on this tray big enough to pour that out, so I'm going to leave it in the can. Hopefully it'll balance itself. There we go. Next we have crackers. That's okay. Probably put some of them in the soup. Next we have an instant coffee. We'll add 1 sugar. Actually, I'm just going to add about half of it. This is 8 grams, so it's actually quite a bit of sugar. This kit comes with a cutlery set, so you have a knife, fork, and spoon, and napkin. This ration also comes with multivitamins. There's 4 of them, and that is the recommended daily dose. I'll show you what these look like. They're a large pressed chewable tablet. It also comes with 10 bran tablets, as typically military rations can be a little bit on the constipating side. Those will help keep you regular. So there's lunch. Pretty good assortment. A lot of food. Let's get some close-ups real quick. So here you can see the minestrone. Nice vegetable broth. Lots of vegetables in there. Carrots, peas, potatoes, beans, tomatoes. Looks pretty good. Next, the beef and gelatin. And it's pretty firm. You see the pieces of beef suspended there. That should be interesting. So we'll start with the main item, the minestrone. Try and get a little bit of everything in there. So there you go, up close. So that has a nice light flavor, good vegetables, not too salty. It's pretty good altogether. Let's try some of the crackers. These have kind of the same outer appearance as the sweet biscuits. They're about the same size in their dimensions and in thickness. Nice and crunchy. Not quite as hard as the sweet biscuits. They have a nice crunch. They're pretty airy. They have a lightly salted flavor. Very good. Now to attack this beef in gelatin. Not really sure how to get to that. I'm going to try to go down here low where there's more meat down there. See if I can cut into it. There we go. Alright, there you have it up close. You can see pieces of beef there suspended in the clear gelatin. Has a strong processed meat scent to it, kind of salty scent, as you would expect with a canned meat. Down the hatch. And really, that's not too bad. The only thing that's not really pleasing about it is the gelatin texture when you first put it in your mouth. That goes away pretty quickly and you're left with kind of a salty beef that actually has a pretty decent texture to it. It doesn't just immediately break down. It's actually got some decent texture to the beef itself. It is pretty salty, but again, this is a canned meat product and you kind of expect that. Overall, not a bad flavor at all. Pretty surprising. Next we have the fruit cocktail. Again, it looks like pears and peaches. Oh, there's some grapes too. Try to get a little bit of everything. There you go. There's a peach and a pear and a grape. And that is what you would expect from a canned fruit cocktail. It's in a light syrup. It's not horribly sweet. Actually has some pretty decent fruit flavor to it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to try this soup with some crackers crunched up in it. Seems like that would be a good addition. Give that a mix. Yeah, that's a good addition. Adds a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of crunch to it. It's very good. We have a multivitamin tablet. It's kind of a pressed, chewable tablet. Has kind of a sour citrus flavor to it. A little bit sweet, not bad. Lastly, we have coffee. And it looks to be a pretty dark instant coffee. Got a nice strong scent to it. Yeah. Nice, bold, dark cup of coffee. Very good quality to that too. It's not bitter, pretty smooth, but has a very good, bold flavor to it. So there you have it for lunch. Very good altogether. Good soup, especially with the crackers, and this was surprisingly pretty good. We'll clear this off and come back for dinner. And for dinner, the third box shows those ingredients. Let's get it open. Again, another cutlery set. More biscuits. Instant coffee and sugar. Tuna and beans. Ravioli al ragu. And 2 fruit energy bars. So back outside to heat this up, and then I'll plate everything up in just a minute. The main item, which is the ravioli al ragu, sorry. Next we have the tuna with beans. There you go. Next we have more of the crackers. They're quite a bit broken up. I don't need to show too many of those, so I'll just get a few of the bigger pieces. Have the fruit bars. This kind of looks like a power bar or similar energy bars. Kind of a flexible, dense paste. Smells mostly like fig, though the ingredients list raisins and apples as the main fruit components. Just kind of smells like fig to me. And finally, another coffee. This is the same variety of coffee, and it was a nice, dark, bold coffee. Could use a little bit more sugar, so I'm just going to put the whole packet in this time. Of course, comes with another set of cutlery. So pretty good variety for dinner. We'll go ahead and start with the main entree. So as you can see here, there's raviolis in this meat sauce. I don't know what the filling of the ravioli is. We'll find out. There you go, up close. And that's a cheese-filled ravioli. It has a very, very good flavor. The pasta, surprisingly for being a canned pasta, has a good consistency to it. It's not really too mushy or anything. Pretty good. And then the sauce has a very rich, meaty flavor to it. It's very good. Yeah, that's very tasty. Next we have the tuna with beans. It's kind of thick. Gonna have to dig a little bit. The ingredients of this listed tomato concentrate and Marsala wine. So that sauce on there is kind of a tomato wine sauce. You can see the flake tuna there. A couple of beans. And that's actually quite good. That sauce adds a lot. The tuna is not really an overpowering fishy flavor like in just a canned tuna. it's really softened by the beans and the sauce. It's actually a very, very tasty item. I like it. Yeah. It's pretty good. That's actually every bit as good as that. It actually has, I would say that has more flavor. The tomato wine sauce adds so much to that. It's very, very good. We'll try the fruit energy bar. Again, this is mainly rice and oats with some raisin and apple. So it's kind of has the consistency of like a power bar. It's pretty dense. That's actually very good. The main flavor there is apple. Its consistency is similar to a power bar, maybe not quite as dense and sticky. Has a very good natural fruit flavor to it. It's pretty good. And again, this came with 2 of those, so lots of calories provided by those items. Lastly, cup of coffee, a little bit more sugar this time. Yeah, that's very good. Even though I put a whole packet of sugar in there, which was 8 grams, pretty substantial amount of sugar, it is a very bold coffee, and it doesn't taste overly sweet. It's a good coffee for being instant. So that completes the dinner portion of the Italian Armed Forces Combat Ration, Module F. And this has been a fantastic adventure going through this one. I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on one of these, and it has been well worth the wait. Very, very good ration. All the food items were very high quality, very tasty, and the cordial, that was just a delight to try that. So special thanks to Drew78 from MREinfo.com for helping me get a hold of this thing. And of course, thank you to the review community on YouTube, as well as the folks over on MREinfo.com. Y'all are fantastic. Thank you to all the viewers and subscribers for your continued support. And please stay tuned. I'll have a lot more coming soon. So until next time, thank you all very, very much. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.